debate whether to raise the debt limit or not continues in Capitol Hill, and according to the Treasury Department, the U.S. could default on its debt as soon as June. Our Tom Miller sat down with the Hill's Aris Foley about how it could hurt the economy.
How close is the country to defaulting on its debt, essentially not being able to pay its bills?
Right. Well, people are calling it, I guess, around Washington, the X state, but it's all really unclear. We know that the Treasury Department last month said that it would be resorting to extraordinary measures, what it called extraordinary measures, to prevent a default. However, that's expected to buy Congress, I think, until at least early June. To have some more time to hash out a bipartisan compromise to lift the ceiling. But I mean, tax season is going to have an impact on that. That's usually around the time that the government gets a lot of revenue. So that could, depending on if we get more than what was expected, push that deadline a little bit further or bring it, potentially afterwards, closer than we probably would have expected.
And there's been talk about our economy going into a recession without us defaulting on our debt. What would be the impact to our economy if we did default?
I mean, it's economists, I think, far and wide say that, no one wants to default. The impact would be catastrophic. It would have major implications. It would raise the risk of a recession. It would potentially put Americans, crucial benefits that Americans rely on, in jeopardy. The ripple effect it could have on the global stage is also something that a lot of economists are very concerned about. Stock market portfolio could see ahead, and honestly, just overall a falling trust among the public and Congress's ability to do its job.
Would this lead the government to also pick and choose what to fund and what not to fund? And do we know what programs would be at risk?
Right. So we don't know. And that is that is something that a lot of people are talking about right now. We know that the Treasury Department, they handle government spending and includes collecting tax revenue. It also includes, right, like managing the trust funds, Social Security, Medicare is paid through trust funds that are held by the same office. So if the nation were to kind of go over this clip, there really are a lot of questions as to what bills would be prioritized. And there have been some talks on Capitol Hill of maybe introducing legislation to prioritize certain payments, maybe for Social Security, maybe for military. But, a lot of economists I've spoken to in my own reporting, just kind of point out the obvious, which is, if we ever get to a point where the Treasury has to pick and choose what bills to pay, that means other people might not get paid. And, that could even mean, danger for people who are maybe relying on a tax refund, some economists have pointed out.
Aris Foley, a congressional reporter with The Hill, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.